Let's get started with a single mic on a guitar amp. It's a Sennheiser 421 on a Mesa Boogie cabinet about an inch from the speaker. I'll call up an analyzer program. This happens to be a Waves analyzer program, but you can use anything that works. I'm just looking for any frequencies that might be sticking out. It looks like we got some bumps in this area, so let's solo the guitar, hit clear, and just select some of the peaks. It's telling me around 120. This is a very common frequency you want to minimize to make room for kick drums and bass guitars. We'll use an equalizer plugin to get the job done. We'll open the analyzer and the equalizer. First, I'm going to pull some of the low end out using a filter. This LF or low filter will let the highs pass and cut the lows. So I'll select the frequency and I'll lower it a few dBs. Listen to what this low filter can do. Now it's important to check this in context of the mix, so let's unsolo the guitar. It blends in better with the bass guitar and kick drum, but now let's look at the panning. I'll experiment with where to put it, but generally it will be off to the side so it doesn't step on the kick or bass, or vocal if you have one. Now let's open up a compressor. This happens to be a Waves emulation of an 1176 compressor, which is actually really good for guitars. On this, the gain is actually the input to the compressor, so we'll lower it a little bit. Notice the meter's barely moving, which means it's compressing just a little bit. This peak reduction sets the amount of compression. Let's overcompress it. You can really hear it squashing the signal. We'll lower it. You can see the needle barely moving, so that's good. You don't always need compression with a guitar amp, but I like to hold the peaks down and add a little gain. It's important to bypass your effects a lot and check how they're working in context of the song. It sounds better with them in, and that's a good sign. Let's check it now at the end of the song. The levels are going to be a little different, so you have to readjust. Let's call up the analyzer. It looks like our levels are a little better now. Our peaks are down. We did a good job pulling out some of the unneeded bottom with the filter. It's really about constantly readjusting. So this was using some EQ, compression, and panning on a single guitar mic.